Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. So right out of the gate, before we get into this video, I just want to thank all of my new followers, new subscribers. I think that's just really sweet that we've gotten quite a few new people on the channel, and I just want to personally thank you for being here. Thank you for taking the time to check out my channel and watch an art video or two. What I like to do here is obviously I love to do art projects. I love to draw and draw digitally, or sometimes I'll paint. Ever since I got my computer like a year or so ago, I have been doing a lot of digital work, and I really like the convenience and leisure of it. It makes it really easy for like recording. But every now and then I'll do like a traditional piece like today. And I also do gaming. I like to live stream, and at the moment I've been doing like a Ocarina of Time from the N64 era. I've been doing live streams of that. Been taking quite a bit of a break lately. Sometimes I'll post every other day, and sometimes I'll post once a week or once every other week. It just depends on my mood. There is literally no schedule here. So that's that, and that will probably always just be. I just do things when I feel like doing them. But thank you again for stopping by, sticking around, and I have been subbing right back to some people. And yeah, so all right, what am I doing today? What is all of this? So about a year ago, my husband got me this Bob Ross creative journal for my birthday, and I love it. I think it's absolutely stunning and beautiful. And that being said, I haven't drawn in it yet until obviously last night. I have a little bit of an insecurity when you get something really nice like this, like a really pristine, like wonderfully crafted journal or book or something. Like, I am so afraid I'm going to mess it up. And that's a lot of the reason why I hadn't touched this book. Last night, as I was just kind of like thinking to myself, like, I obviously want to do some art, but I have been procrastinating my Glover shadow box, okay? Like, I got the rough sketch down of how I want to design it, and then I haven't started the project yet. And I didn't want to do that last night. I just wanted to draw, you know? So I was rummaging through my desk, and I pulled this little book out, and I was like, oh yeah, that's right, I have this. And then I was flipping through the pages, and it's so beautiful and wonderfully crafted, and every single page like has something that Bob Ross has done, like a print of his paintings, you know, and they're gorgeous, which made it all the more intimidating. Like, now I have to see my artwork literally butting up right next to the master himself. Like, that's scary, you know? And so I set the book down, and I thought, well, maybe I just won't, you know. And I got to thinking about it, and I was like, Megan, your husband bought this for you, and he's not going to care what you put in it. Only you care what you put in it. He bought it for you to enjoy, so just enjoy it. That's what I said to myself. So I go to the very first page, and it says, you know, draw a tree, right? Go out on your front porch, look at a tree, don't think about it, just draw it, you know? And I was not about to come out here and draw no tree. It was really cold last night and rainy and dark, and I wanted to draw right in that very moment. So I cheated, and I got online and I Googled some trees. And I came across this massive, gnarly, knotted tree. And it was just so beautiful and twisted and surreal. And I stopped on it. I'm staring at it, just enamored by its beauty. And down on the bottom corner of the page, there's like a little quote from Bob talking about, you know, dead trees. And I just thought, yeah, you know what? That's speaking to me. So I saved the image, blew it up on my computer, threw my headphones on. Last night I was listening to Zero live stream. What is the name of the game he was live streaming? It was like some Turtles in Time game from the SNES, you know, but I was listening to him beat up like ninjas. And then today, when I finished my piece, I was listening to Layla. I hope I'm saying your name right, Leila. I was listening to their channel because they recently subscribed to mine, so I just hit play all on their channel. They don't talk while they draw or paint, but they do have like really pretty royalty-free music playing, so I just kind of listened to that. It kind of looped a little bit, but it was really a chill vibe, so I was kind of getting into it. I go to like think about how am I going to tackle this massive tree, and I knew instantly, just right out of the gate, like the thought popped in my head, and it was like, Megan, you haven't used your Moon Man pen in like a year or so. Pull that sucker out. Let's go. Give it some love. So I go over to my curio cabinet, pull the Moon Man out of the display. Y'all, this is such a beautiful pen. I love it. You can buy the Moon Man pens on Amazon. They're not expensive. They're really not. And I love that this one in particular has a flat bottom so you can stand it up. I love that it's see-through so you can see the ink sloshing around in there. I love that adorable little fake jewel on the side. Like, this pen is just stunning, and it's always really fun to draw with. I need to draw with it more. The last time I drew with the pen, I drew the Lori Faye portrait. Lori Faye is another artist that I follow on YouTube, and she does beautiful watercolor works, lots of animals, and she has a second channel where she creates custom journals, and they are just gorgeous. They really are. So yeah, like, I pulled out the pen, filled it with ink, and then I'm looking at my paper, and I was like, Megan, this is gonna be so stupid. I talk to myself a lot. This is gonna be so stupid. You're gonna mess this up. You're over here worried about messing it up, and you're not even gonna sketch the drawing out first. You're just gonna go right in with the ink. But I didn't mess it up. I think it turned out so pretty. Like, I'm very proud of myself. I'm proud of how this tree turned out. I tried to make sure that even though this isn't like an exact replica of the tree that I was drawing, it has the essence of it. It has like the feel of it. I tried to make sure that I kept it as flowy as I could. There's lots of curves. I made sure to like try to get real deep in there with the shadows. I recently watched a video of another art YouTuber whose name I cannot remember, but he was doing a video on like how to draw like entanglements, how to draw like a tangle of wildflowers or just anything that has a little bit of a busyness to it. And he said, when you're drawing stuff like this, try to get the feel of it. Don't go for exactness. Go for like, what's the first thing a person's going to see when they look at it, and their eye will finish the image, themselves. Their brain will like put the pieces together. So he says he uses a lot of like implied lines and scratchy lines and squiggles. And so I tried to keep that in mind. Like, it's okay to not be perfect. Go with the flow. Like, just feel the energy of this tree. Like, just this, that, and the other. And I know that sounds like a whole bunch of hippy-dippy stuff, but like, it's okay to just sometimes let loose and just let the pen guide you and like draw with your heart, you know what I mean? And not be so technical and stuff. It's kind of freeing and loose, and I love that style of drawing. Like, I don't try to keep myself in a box with one style or one way of doing something. I love to experiment. I love to try new things and challenge myself, and you can surprise yourself when you do stuff like that, and then you sit back and you look at the outcome and you're just like, wow, I did that. Nobody would believe that I did that, because it's not what they're used to seeing, you know what I mean? So yeah, I don't ever like to keep things like, I don't like to let things get stagnant on my channel or just in my life in general. I like to ride the fence of routine and spontaneousness, I suppose, is a good word. So yeah, just unapologetically me. Hello. And I hope that it can inspire others to do so themselves. Like you guys watching this video right now, I hope that something in this video inspires you today, whether it's to do something spontaneous, whether it's to pull out that journal that you're afraid of messing up and just go and draw in it, write in it, you know, just go do something in it. And yeah, I love how this tree turned out. So I used my Noodler's ink. It's purple. I only have this color ink. It's the only ink that I own, just this one bottle, and I barely even tipped into it. Once I got the whole tree drawn, and it took 2 hours. It took like between last night and today, a grand total of about 2 hours to start and finish. After I was done with all of my sketchiness and stuff, I went in with this paintbrush, just dipping right into the bottle and just painting in the shadows and adding a little bit of a lighter purple to add a little more dimension to the bark. The tree itself is kind of smooth looking. It's not like a rough barky tree. It's smooth and it's gnarled and it's wild. This tree is wild, y'all. And then when I did that, I went and grabbed this like latex, like glittery gold acrylic ink that I got from my friend, and the bottle's kind of almost empty. So I poured a little bit of that out and used that same paintbrush, and I like painted on some highlights. I thought like that beautiful glistening gold would look so good up against that purple. And I thought, okay, well, I'm finished now, but I had to do one more thing. I had to add a little bit of a sky to it, and I pulled out some baby blue, like I don't know if it's Anita's or Folk Art, but it's just that cheap acrylic paint, and I added some water to it, and I just went in with that baby blue. I really think adding that final touch just brought the whole thing together, and it makes the tree pop even more. So yeah, y'all let me know what y'all think. I hope that y'all like it just as much as I do. I'm not gonna film me doing this entire creative journal from start to finish, but what I will do is when I come to a page that I would like to film and share, I will just simply do that. And there's lots of parts of this journal that aren't drawing, where they're just writing prompts, and I'm not gonna film that unless I feel it's necessary or it's something that I want to share personally. But I think for the most part, I'll just skimp over those sections. But at the end of the journal, if I do finish it, I might do like a tour, you know, Bob Ross Creative Journal Art Tour kind of a thing. I've done that in the past where I toured an old journal, and I think it's kind of nice to revisit your old work. You can learn a lot about yourself. You can reminisce on what you were going through, and you can kind of see where you started versus where you finished as far as the quality of your artwork, you know, see some changes there. And I'll be happy to share that with you guys. So yeah, that's that. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for stopping by, and I will catch you on the next one. See ya.